Let's go, my friends. We got the brand new update underway, and Manju Cookies topping biscuit gear guide. Everything that you need to know here to be successful with this one, and inclusive of the tarts. Yes. Thank you for tuning in. As always, if you enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. On top of that, questions, comments along the way, let me know. I love to hear from you as always. Like I said, this is the gear guide for Manju Cookie. We'll break down this cookie. We'll go through everything that you need to know to be successful. Now, before we get into it, my power level might be a little bit higher because of my research. As always, that's a favorite comment I like to get, so I'm calling that out here today. And if you watched my gotcha video already, we absolutely crushed it. It was unreal. I doubled up on this cookie, so we'll also get a chance to actually one start, which is a first for our gear guides here. So with that, this Manju cookie here is an ambush cookie. It's a rare cookie. It also is the water elemental type, so very, very important to know and understand from that perspective. A couple things about this cookie. Additionally, here is the moveset Flash Strike. Yes. So here it's a 17-second cooldown. It's pretty long. When you notice Manju Cookie's lightning fast strikes, it's already too late. Manju Cookie attacks enemies and delivers his final blow in a straight line. After that, he restores his own HP equal to a portion of the damage he dealt. If Manju Cookie and Jaggy Cookie join the battle together, it will trigger the temporary alliance effect, making their skills more powerful. When Jaggy Cookie uses her skills, she will dispel any incapacitating effects on Manju Cookie and reset his cooldown, allowing him to use this skill immediately. So very important there when we think about that, when we have that happening with the alliance effect, essentially that 17 seconds kind of disappears. So pretty important. Now, Flash Strike single hit damage, 385% of attack, ignores 25% of target's damage resist. Flash Strike final blow, 540% roughly there of attack, ignores 25% of damage resist. Flash Strike stun for 1 second. Flash Strike final blows extra damage to cookies, ×3 crit hits, ignores 35% of target's damage, times 1% of fewer targets, 173%. There we got a ton of stuff, times 2 targets, 206 hit, 34, all the way down to 7 times targets, 1.1k of single hit damage, plus 34% of max HP. That is a ton going on there, my friends. And then here you got Flash Strike final blow, extra damage non-cookies, ×3 crit hits, 173% of single hit damage. And then additionally, healing self, 23% of damage dealt, with Flash Strike capped at 110% of attack. So there is a lot going on this. We got ×3 crit hits, ignores 35% of target's damage resist. And then we got a bunch of different targets pieces here. Plus, again, that final strike blow there as well. So we got Flash Strike and Final Strike, which is huge, 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 huge. So once again, whenever Jaggy Cookie uses her skill, she will dispel any incapacitating effects of Manju and reset his cooldown, allowing him to use his skill immediately. Flash Strike, Flash Strike, final blow. So very, very important there between those two, and the damage essentially 2x, as you can see from that perspective. So temporary alliance here, you can see on the bottom, heals more HP with Flash Strike and heals Jaggy Cookie's HP, heals 35% of damage dealt with Flash Strike capped at 150, and then upon using Flash Strike, crit damage 15%, damage resist 27%, HP shield up, and stacks up to 1 times as well. So a lot going on with this particular cookie. So what does this mean, my friends? It means a lot. Before we get into it though, let's go ahead and do our upgrade. If you got those 80s right there, certainly you can use that. I'm going to go and do what I do best. Just level everything up here. You can check out all my farming guides, those kinds of things. Very, very nice. So now we got all the topping slots available. Additionally, here's the power. Once we go ahead and promote as well, here we go. You're going to see that move up just a little bit more there for us here today. All right. Perfect. All right. Now, what does that mean in terms of our biscuits and our toppings, my friends? So the biggest thing here is, wrong one. We should upgrade this as well. Let's keep going so you can see this. Flash Strike single hit damage, up, 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 up. Let's go to 90. We can do that. Let's go ahead and absolutely grab that all the way up. What does all this mean? So when we looked at this piece, everything is amplified off attack. Very, very important. Now we also got ×3 crit hits. ignores 35% of attacks damage resist. So don't forget you got the crit hits in there as well. However, once again, when we go to our biscuits, a couple things here. First and foremost, since it is a water type cookie, leveraging the water type biscuit is going to be key from that perspective. Now, I don't believe we have one currently, so make sure that you have the right alignment from that perspective as well when we do look at all of our different elemental types. And additionally, always make sure that you are checking in your storage. So a couple things about this: you can always go to your usables. You can see what's available from those perspectives, not only on the resonant, we'll come back there in a second, but obviously anything like this, where you can see if you have some of those different elemental types right there. And certainly, again, that's a great spot to check. So, and many questions on this, make sure you're farming beast yeast. Very, very helpful from that perspective. All right, so back to our cookie here for our understanding. We got to go find the 1 star since it did move up. Here we go. All right, Manju Cookie. So in terms of our biscuit, what we're going to focus on here first and foremost, all right, is getting a biscuit. Very, very nice here. We'll see if our tuning works. We'll also use this. Let's see if we can get lucky here. Uh-oh. There we go. And is it going to be enough? No. So we need to save that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save that slot because I would still like to use this one. We could certainly throw in the 30, but let's go ahead. We'll level it up. There we go. All right, perfect. And we will equip it. There we go. Now, a couple things that you're going to notice about this particular cookie, okay? So when we go to our bonus effects, once again, you can add that elemental type damage if you have that right legendary biscuit. Keep that in mind. Additionally here, a couple things that we need to do. Because this cookie scales on attack, that is primarily you're going to want to focus on attack. You may also want some cooldown. We get all these damage resist buffs, so I would stay away from that, in my opinion, unless this cookie is extra squishy for you. But again, we get this damage resist amplification there, which is pretty helpful. So going all in on attack is going to be key on this one. So when we think about it in terms of a spectrum, you're going to have attack, you're going to have some cooldown somewhere in the middle, and then more of that damage resist survivability. Putting the HP on this is going to give me some of that survivability. We're going to leave it for now because these are really nice stats. And in this case, though, however, again, attack speed, crit, cooldown are going to be super heavy and key, plus the elemental type damage. And don't forget that damage resist bypass. Now, we do have, again, when we look at this, we have that ignore 25% already out of the gate. You could certainly add a little bit more here, just like my biscuit has. Another 15 is super nice. So we're already at 40% ignore the damage resist. So anything that has that, we're already going to be able to slice and dice through. That might be another addition. I would probably go attack, and then 1 damage resist bypass until we get that elemental type. So that is our biscuit when it comes to Manju Cookie. Next, what does that mean? When we go to the toppings here, a big thing, like I just said, I don't have them yet because it is so new already and it's already out. We do have our daily gifts here, so we do get some opportunities, plus many other ones to get the Seafarer toppings. So I would make sure that you get a chance at getting these. Great for the other cookies here too. But what I would do is absolutely go all in on raspberry. Again, amplifying that attack, getting some of those additional bonus bonus amplification there for that resonant is always a really nice thing. So when we go into this, let's go ahead. We're going to grab multiple upgrade. We need to grab 5. Here we go. All right. And we'll get to that here in a second, so you can see exactly what that means when it comes to Manju Cookie, minus the fact of we don't get those really direct ones. Now you can mix and match depending on what you need with those resonant ones there as well. Let's go ahead. We're going to equip this. There we go. That looks good. Let's see this one. Let's try that one. What's this one got? And this one. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll use these two here. So what I did is, and we'll grab that one as well. There we go. What I want to focus on here is really that attack, that cooldown. Specifically here, I would think cooldown's a good one to add, and then that crit percent. So going really into those 3 is going to be super helpful. Now, You may want to go with the apple jellies here, just like this, to increase the crit damage. That might be a nice idea. However, everything isn't amplified necessarily on the crit, it's amplified on the attack. So you're getting that scaling bonus on those pieces, which is why I'm in the attack. If we go back to here, again, you're going to get more defined bonus effects from those resonant toppings. You can absolutely use them on this cookie. We got a lot of opportunities to get them, so I would absolutely do that. And then additionally here, substats on that attack, that crit, the cooldown are going to be huge to go heavy into that attack damage. You want to use this cookie to absolutely slice and dice through stuff fast. Yes. Okay. Now what does that mean? Now that we've covered those pieces, you want to move over your topping tart. Here on the topping tart, you can absolutely go ahead and equip the attack. Again, this could be a good opportunity if you're a player that likes to split things. You can go 3 attack, 3 crit, or 3 attack, 3 cooldown, or kind of play mix and match those, again, depending on where you want to play with this particular cookie. However, we're going all in, my friends, on attack. So that is Manju Cookie for our biscuits, our toppings, our tarts, and the breakdown of this cookie. It's time for us to go for a run with it, because that is my favorite thing to do, as always. So we'll go over here to world exploration. We'll go to our world map, back all the way out. We'll go to lovely crispy at 829. And if you've seen plenty of my topping guides, biscuit guides, we got plenty of them here. You can check them out. Last one we did was the good old orange cookie. However, it's time to remove that cookie and get at Manju here. I am so excited, if you could not tell. This thing is going to just absolutely slice. And don't forget, again, if you have... here we go. Time is money. Don't forget, if you have this one here, you can take the advantage and get that effect as well. However, we're going to move that for now. All right, so Manju Cookie it is. Let's go for this. And we're going to go slice and dice through our competition here today in PvE. Look at that. Tons and tons of damage right out of the gate. I don't have that on, so let's go ahead. So there you go. Look at that. Those are the target slices that it's talking about. In terms of hits, when you go right through, just like that, 400 damage. That's so much, my friends. There you go. We'll get through that one. All right. And get ready to slice and dice here once again. There's the 3. Boom. Look at that. Incredible. We're at 11 seconds already here, too, which isn't terrible. Let's hit it. Boom. Oh, final hit for 600 right there. Ridiculous. This thing is a absolute knife through the defense. Precision damage right there for us here today. So that, my friends, is the breakdown. Everything that you need to know about our latest and greatest cookie here, Manju Cookie, to set you up for success. Just like me, you can slice and dice and make some coin through the competition. With that, thank you for tuning in here today. If you still got a question, if you got a comment, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. We'd love to see you in our amazing community and Discord server, as always. On top of that, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your support. Thank you for the likes and the subs as we grow such an amazing community here all the time. And thank you to all of our members. I really appreciate that support. Additionally, we've got affiliate links, swag and merch, and our website you can check out. So thank you to everyone for all that awesomeness. With that, my friends, get out there, enjoy this slice and dicing Manju Cookie. Ridiculous. And looking forward to using it more and more guides here on the channel for you. With that, until next time, keep on running.